My name is Eleanor. I'm 68 years old, and this is the story of how I rediscovered a life I had quietly abandoned. For years, my days were slow, predictable. I woke up, made tea, tended to my garden, and sat by the window watching the neighborhood move past me. There was a time when life had been vibrant, laughter-filled dinners, dancing on tiled kitchen floors, spontaneous road trips with my late husband. But time has a way of silencing color, especially when you're alone. One afternoon, while reorganizing my attic, a chore I had put off for years, I came across an old wooden box. Inside were sketches I had drawn decades ago, when I used to paint. Faces, landscapes, emotions, all frozen in pencil and faded ink. I stared at them for a long time, almost ashamed. Who was this woman who once created things? Where had she gone? That night I couldn't sleep. The images from that box stayed with me. I felt something stir in me that I hadn't felt in years, curiosity. The next morning, I pulled out an old easel from storage, cleaned off the dust, and set it up near the window. My hands trembled as I picked up a brush, but it felt right. As if my soul had been waiting for this moment. At first, it was awkward. The lines weren't smooth, the colors didn't blend the way I remembered. But I kept painting. One canvas turned into 5, then 10. I started waking up with purpose. Instead of dreading the silence, I craved the stillness it offered me to create. I shared one of my paintings in a local community group online. I didn't expect anything to come of it. But to my surprise, a woman commented, saying it reminded her of her late mother's garden. Then another person asked if I had prints for sale. I was stunned. Something I made, something born from years of buried passion, had touched someone else. As weeks passed, I began attending local art fairs. I met people again, laughed again. One woman, Marlene, became a close friend. She was 70, fiery and full of life. We bonded over our shared stories, our late-night conversations, and the joy of creating. There was one evening in particular I'll never forget. We sat on a bench watching the sunset, our feet cold from walking barefoot in the damp grass. "Do you realize," she said, "you're glowing when you talk about your paintings?" I hadn't noticed. But she was right. I was no longer living in the shadow of who I used to be. I had stepped into someone new. Not younger. Not someone chasing time. But someone awake. Present. Art didn't just give me back a hobby. It gave me back me. So if you're watching this and wondering if it's too late, let me be the one to tell you. It isn't. There's a version of you still waiting patiently beneath the dust and distractions. All it takes is one moment. One spark.